I'm going to show you how to declare a variable in Delphi. Guys, I'm going to go to my unit port, and over here I'm going to declare a global variable. It's an inum. So I'm going to give it a name, inum. I for integer, num just because it's going to be a number, colon, and then integer, then the semicolon at the end. Okay, so now I'm telling Delphi that I'm going to need a variable, a space in memory where I'm going to save integer data. Okay, integer is a variable that works with numbers without decimal values. Okay, this is a global variable. I'm going to add a button quickly here. Double click on the button. If I declare a local variable, that means that I'm going to declare a variable under my button. So I'm going to type in var variable, then I'm going to say I count colon integer semicolon. So now I'm declaring another variable, but this variable will be local. It's a local variable. That means that this variable can only be used between this begin and this end. Okay, so that variable will only exist in this procedure. That means it's between this begin and this end. Inum is a global variable. A global variable, that means that you can use it anywhere on this form. Okay, I'm going to add some comments behind this variable. Global. Okay, so you don't need this comments to use this variable, this global variable. I'm just adding it so that we can see that this is a global variable and not a local variable. Over here I'm going to type in comments local, because this is a local variable and not a global variable. Okay, so this global variable will exist right through the form, and this local one will only exist inside this current procedure because it was declared over here. That means that it will basically be born here and it will die at the end. Okay, so now I'm gonna give them values. I'm going to initialize those variables. So I'm going to say inum is equals to 0. Now I'm going to use equal sign. When we declare variables, there's no equal sign. Okay, so when I'm assigning values, I'm going to use equal sign. I'm going to say I count equals 0. Okay, I count is 0, inum is 0. Both is initialized under the button click. That means that when I click on the button, they're going to receive the values inum 0 and I count 0. Okay, another shortcut method how you can use or declare a variable. Let's say you're busy coding and you want to declare this s_name as a variable. This time it's going to be a string data type, so I want to declare a variable s_name. So I'm going to select it. You can double click on that word. The moment it's an undeclared identifier, undeclared variable. So I'm going to select it, right click, go to refactoring, then you go to declare variable, or you can actually type shift control V, that is the shortcut to declare a variable for you. Let me just retry again. Declare variable. Yeah. Then in the type, you can choose your data type. Remember, these two were integers. This one is s_name, so it's going to be a string. I'm going to make a string data type. String. There we go. And you can again choose whether you want to give it a starting value. So remember, a string must be in single quotation marks. So I'm going to say the default name should be John. Okay, it's in the single quotation marks. When I click OK, it will automatically declare variable s name string for me, and it will actually assign that value John to that variable s name. And then you can just delete that part over there. Okay, I'm gonna declare one more. Let's make it I random. Let's say I random. Double click to select that word or that variable that you want to create. Right click, refactoring, declare variable. This time I'm going to choose an integer. Again, I want to give it a starting value of 0. Click on OK. Then Delphi will declare that variable for you, and it will assign a default value 0 to your variable. Okay, so you can either choose to type it in yourself, or you can use a method where you instruct Delphi to complete it for you.